What's going on, everyone? KJ here. Let's get right into my thoughts on episode 4 of Beyblade Burst God, titled Whirlwind, Tornado, Wyvern. Link to the episode is in the description below. So my review starts right now. So this episode shows the first battle of the friendly match between BC Soul and Real Sunbat, Rantaro versus Wakiya. Because Wakiya's Beyblade Tornado Wyvern has a moving layer that can deflect attacks, Rantaro and Ragnarok have some noticeable trouble. And also, the other kid on Wakiya's team, Ataru, actually built Wakiya's new Bay and gave it some really cool features, like a free spinning ball on its driver/performance tip to give it improved defense, and there's also a free spinning ring on the driver as well to stabilize Wyvern as well. To stabilize Wyvern if it ever gets hit or gets knocked back, so it can prop itself up again. Honestly, Ataru seems cool, but I agree with Sisco. Ataru may be an amazing inventor, but it could get really irritating if he turns every conversation he has with someone into an 11-page oral essay. And I mean that, I don't want to hear everything about, everything. I just, hey, have a simple conversation, move on. That's it. But back to the first battle. Ragnarok loses because it didn't stay still like a stamina type should. It went ahead and wasted its energy attacking the defensive wall, Wyvern. Something that I don't get is when a character talks about their Bay, they have to go ahead and show it again, even if we've already seen it thousands of times. In this episode, they were like, oh yeah, I'm going to beat you with this. Or, oh yeah, check this out. You're not going to beat him. You just lost. Okay, yeah. But anyway, it doesn't make sense. I don't know why they do that all the time. We've seen your Bay thousands of times. The person you're fighting has seen your Bay multiple times, if not a couple, at least 10 times already. So you don't got to show it every time. But anyway, Rantaro and Wakiya have another battle, and at first, Ragnarok makes the same moves from the previous battle. However, this time, Wyvern gets knocked back and bursts Ragnarok with this amazing move, the Shield Crash. And I don't know if y'all remember the Shield Crash from regular Beyblade Burst, but it was an amazing move. Every time the Shield Crash happened, most of the time Wakiya would win. It's so awesome. I love that move. So Wakiya gets the first point for his team. Honestly, had Rantaro used a different strategy, he would have easily beaten Wakiya. Engaging Wakiya head-on, who's all about defense and has an amazing counter move, the Shield Crash and the Hyper Shield Crash, two counter moves actually, for people who can knock it back, is the worst method to fight him. This episode also showed us that the owner, presumably Wakiya, wanted Valt and Rantaro to participate so he could win, which really isn't fair if you think about it. For the next battle, we have Valt taking on Wakiya. I would have liked to see Ataru battle, or maybe even Sisco, though, because it would have been different. And, we haven't seen Ataru's Bay yet, so we don't even know if he has a Beyblade, but he's a blader on the team, so most likely he does. This episode also introduced Alexander Gilten to us, the owner of the American team, the New York Bulls, who scouted Shu. He's taken the American Beyblade scene by storm. So he came to potentially scout free for his team as well, which would be an amazing addition. But BC Soul needs him. He's strong. He has a left spin Bay that can spin steel. Why would you want to trade him off your team? I don't care who they give you. Don't do it. And I'm happy that Chris did. So I'm hoping that we get to see how Shu's doing in America, as we haven't really seen the American Beyblade scene since the Metal Saga. They went to America, but it was they went to America in Metal Masters, I'm pretty sure, but it was not too long. But it was a pretty big part of Metal Masters. So honestly, the entire conversation between Chris and Alex reminded me of basketball players and trading players from team to team. If only Beyblading was considered an actual sport like basketball or soccer or many other sports. We still have the WBO, which create amazing tournaments for Beyblade in real life, from the plastic gen all the way till now. But still, it'd be really cool if we could watch real life Beyblading in action on TV, just like all the other sports. I would love to watch that. That'd be so cool. They have esports, why don't they have Beyblading? Come on. But back to the battle between Valt and Wakiya. Wyvern does the Shield Crash and Stadium outs Valkyrie. Not a big surprise, as the Shield Crash, like I said before, is an amazing move. After losing once to Wakiya, Valt learns from Free that he can remove the frame, the red part from God Valkyrie. Why didn't Free tell Valt that earlier? Or even Rantaro as well. The matches would have shifted in an entirely different direction had Free actually opened his mouth and said, oh yeah, there's just some, tell him something. And of course, even after removing the frame, Free still doesn't tell Valt the effects it has. In doing so, by removing the frame, that's what I'm talking about, Valkyrie is much, much faster, and Lily does a rush launch against Wyvern. That's how fast he goes, pushing it to not do a shield crash, but a hyper shield crash instead. In return, Valkyrie does the bound attack and bursts Wyvern after trading attacks. Now, the score between Real Sunbat and BC Soul are tied 1-1. It was also nice to see a flashback with Shu and Wakiya about, saying they're going to fight each other on the world stage. Really cool. The next battle will have Valt and Valkyrie taking on Sisco and his Cray Satan. If you don't remember, that crazy Beyblade that has wheels on, I think, its driver, and it can stop itself from sort of tilting too much. It's really awesome Beyblade. I love this episode. However, something to keep in mind for future episodes. If Free continues to hold knowledge and strategies from Valt and everyone else that could be his teammates in the future, things could get harder for them down the line, especially during team battles, during real tournaments, or other important things in the competitive scene. In this anime, of course. But that concludes this review. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. What did you think of this episode of Beyblade Burst God? Had Rantaro changed his strategy against Wakiya, do you think he would have won instead? How do you think Free would do on Alex Gilten's American team, the New York Bulls? Should Free have told Valt and Rantaro about the removable frame before the matches started? How do you think Valt will do against Sisco in the next battle? Could Free not telling his teammates about new strategies and methods negatively affect them in the future? Let me know in the comments down below. And as always, if you have any questions, theories, thoughts, suggestions, comments, or concerns, please let me know about them in the comments down below as well. With all that being said, until next time, I'll see y'all later.